It's a big weekend to make some sales. Some sales. Are you ready? Can you feel it? Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and all of this is in an agent's wheelhouse, and the suppliers are coming to play too. That's what we're talking about today on the Travel Think Tank. I'm Pat Miller, your host of The Hub, and this show is a bunch of energy and a conversation about something that matters. And what matters more right now than talking about how to book some travel on this very important weekend? Every single one of your clients, they're all going to have their credit card out this weekend. Are they going to use it with you? We're going to exchange strategies on how to get their attention so we can try and make you some money this weekend on the show today. So let's start off by checking in for our interactive discussion with the man behind the curtain back at Hub HQ. Tom, how are you feeling, sir?
I am feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the long weekend, to being horizontal, watching football for hours in my stretchy pants.
Oh,
And
amen to
so
that.
I'm very much looking forward to that. But at the same time, I'm really excited about the conversation today. We talked about this a little bit, and based on the sales drought that we've all been in, the last couple of weeks have been good, and I'm really looking forward to that, Black Friday, Cyber Monday bump that we all hope is coming. That's why I thought it was important today that we definitely get onto this topic and kind of share some thoughts and ideas about what works best. When an opportunity like this comes along, we have to maximize it. We have to do whatever work we can do today, tomorrow, to prepare ourselves and to get some messaging out there and to get in front of our clients, to maximize the sales opportunities, over the next week. So that is my mission for today, and I'm looking forward to see what some of the great folks have to say here, and make sure that we don't miss anything. We have Galen from Royal Caribbean on the line. If we have supplier friends that want to share what they have, and in case we might have missed it, we definitely want to jump on that too, so that we can be educated and be ready to roll.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's also touch on the fall fiesta here for a minute. I checked our member count. We're at 392. We're 8 people away from getting to 400. Can we get there by the end of the month?
I hope so. Yeah, we got to get to that 400 mark. And I was looking at it today too, and we added some really great members. I don't know if you've, obviously I recognize a lot of the names. So, we added some great members over the last couple of days. Faith Wishney has joined us, who we know and love from long time. Ruann Adamson. We had a great addition of a new supplier with Pulse Experiential Travel. So really, as we talked about, with every member comes a whole new opportunity. So I'm excited too. Yeah, we gotta, with a few days left, we gotta hit that 400 mark, 400 mark for sure.
At the end of the call, we'll go through how to invite your friends and fellow agents to the platform as a show and tell at the end. But let's get down to business here. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. If you're on the call today and if you're a supplier, we know Galen's here, but get ready to show off what supplier deals you have this weekend. And if you're an agent, raise your hand if you're an agent. If you're an agent, you're on the call, raise your hand. If you're an agent on the call, raise your hand. Okay. I do solemnly swear to contribute today to the call, right? That's what's going on. So here's how you do it. Once we get up and we start talking about a topic, put down into the chat, I've got something to add, or make a comment and I'll call on you. We'll bring you into the conversation, because today's conversation is only as good as the agent feedback and contributions. And it really shows off what the Hub is all about. Today, you will hear something from an agent that doesn't live near you and perhaps you had never met until the Hub. And they'll give you an idea that makes you a sale. Knock on table. That's how it's going to work. Okay. So we're going to contribute to one another's success today. And we're going to start with the easy one. We know that Galen's on the call today. Galen, we're talking about Black Friday. We're talking about Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, and many suppliers have specials during this time. What's going on at Royal Caribbean? Give us a heads up.
Did you just call me easy? Is that what I heard? Actually, it is easy. And yes, Royal Caribbean does have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, entire weekend worth of specials. It typically is our best offer of the year. So This is normally when everybody wants to shop and look. And here's the great thing about our promotions is that we guarantee you the best price. If you find something better, you're allowed to reprice that and get the better price up until when you're in final payment. So it's a great thing for your customer, because if they have any doubts, then let them know that we will work with them to get them the best rate. But more importantly, because everybody's got great deals this weekend, literally everybody is. And we were talking earlier, Pat, that I think the important thing is for you to be where the customer is. This is one of our biggest it is actually the biggest booking window historically over the past 5+ years, because this is the only holiday where all the family gets together and there's no expectations. So you don't have to bring gifts. You don't have to travel from house to house. You don't have to buy fireworks and set those off. Literally, it's just about families talking to families. And here's the cool thing. And this year is just way up in the air, because the kids have started school one way or another. They're back in school and they've got their schedules. So now everybody wants to talk about, okay, when's spring break? Look at all the people who lost a spring break and a summer vacation. Slews and slews and slews. That's what Red's doing. She's just rebooking just all day long, rebooking all of her people. So those are the people that want to buy right now. So let them buy. And I'm not saying you have to work all weekend. I get it. But is there an IC in your office whose spouse is a first responder or can't get to go see their family and doesn't mind working? Find that one person who says, I'll take the rollover calls. I'll answer the emails. I'll work the social media this weekend, and lean on them and capture those leads, because trust me, this is when families are buying. So I want you to be there at the right time.
Well, and it's nice that you started your conversation with an observation, which is this is the weekend when people are not bogged down with other things. And I think to frame this entire conversation, this weekend is unlike any other weekend like this one, where Black Friday is not going to be 100% of the people going out and standing in line at Best Buy. There is a large portion of the country that is going to be shopping online all weekend. Now, they may be getting ready for Christmas, but many of them are going to be doing it on their couch. So being able to touch people through your digital reach is going to be super important. I liked what you said as well about the low price guarantee. So I assume I'm not an agent, hashtag not an agent, but if I book something, or if a client books something, and if we book something for a client and we need to redeem that guarantee, just get in touch with our BDM or get in touch with someone from Royal Caribbean, get that taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can help. We are a for-profit company, so the customer has to ask, right? We're not going to automatically reprice
Sure.
their bookings, but we've got a system in Espresso, which is our online system, that makes it really great. Customer calls you and said, I saw Royal Caribbean's having a Cyber Monday promo. What about my booking, right?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is go in and it lays the pricing today next to the booking that they have, and you can tell instantly, you know what, you've got a better deal. You need to stick where you are. So we're trying to make everything as easy and as digital as possible. That being said, we have reservation centers in Oregon, Wichita, and Miami. So plenty of people to take the call if you've got any questions.
Any new headlines about what you're doing, when you're sailing? If someone's asking what's going on with cruising, is there something you want to have fresh in our head when someone asks us that question?
Well, I think you can, I don't have an official answer, so you can stop
Sure.
the recording at this part, but I
Okay.
think you can gauge the customer sentiment by watching the stock prices, right? As soon as you see Pfizer or Moderna has some kind of announcement about their vaccine, the stock prices jump up. The consumers get more confident. We are so close to announcing our test sailings and then our itineraries for 2021. Once that happens, you'll see that consumer confidence. But keep in mind, I would say the majority of the people on this line are not based in a port of call, right? So they're landlocked. Your customers are buying for summer and beyond. Your customers aren't trying to buy for January or February. So keep that in mind. We're not trying to get them to buy a cruise and go today. We're trying to get them to plan ahead for the vacation that we know they're going to want to take when this is all over.
Yeah.
And the prices are really good, not just with us, but the prices are really good everywhere. And if you book now for that far away, they can cancel whatever they want to cancel and still get their money back. And I think that's what's going on in their heads. If something happens again, can I get my money back, right? So you have to think like the consumer and try and put yourselves in their shoes and play the what if game with them. But yeah, they're out there.
For what it's worth on the vaccine, I saw an interview that brought me a lot of peace. Did you see by chance Monday night, I think it was, Bill Gates was on with Anderson Cooper on CNN. Bill Gates has done more to eradicate disease than probably anyone ever. And he came on and he was rational and he was clear and he was calm.
Mhm.
And he basically said, we're going to have this over with. Mid next year, we're back to normal. Don't worry about it. And when he said that, I thought, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, that brought me a lot of peace because it wasn't a politician saying it, wasn't someone that had money to
Right.
make based on the thing. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a Microsoft user. I trust Bill Gates more than the government. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. All right. Well, Galen, thank you for the contribution. If there are other suppliers in the call, let us know in the chat because we haven't met yet, but I want to make sure that I include your deals as well. Let's start with Susan Peavy. So Susan, we were chatting off the air that Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday is a great opportunity, but it can be kind of a pain in the neck. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. The clients that we still have booked and now seeing, some of the Black Friday specials, they're going to call in. They want to see if they can rebook. I just looked at a couples, and actually the rebooking with the couples was more money than what the client has originally. So some are good deals, some are, maybe just enticing them to look at different things. So I don't know. But we did send out a really big newsletter last week to all of our clients, and we've gotten some great response for it. People are ready. They're just waiting to figure out what's going on.
Right. And are people calling in with the intent to book? Or are they still window shopping?
They just keep calling in for the same pricing, same destination. They just are not putting the money down,
Mhm. And are you,
That's what I'm finding. And you can keep after them, and they're just like, yeah, we know. We're just kind of waiting. So
yeah. Is there anything that you're doing to try and close them this weekend while their heightened interest is in front of them? Any kind of specials with you or trying to get them over the line?
well, I know on Saturday we're going to participate in the Small Business Saturday in our Cape office, because
Mhm.
Harwich does a big event that day. So, people that are in town will get, a Small Business Saturday bag from the chamber.
Mm.
And, a lot of the businesses are open, not really for walk-in, but at least people will see that you're there. We decorated outside today on the Cape office, so those lights will go on, Friday. So I just think trying to stay in front of people, letting them know that we're still here, that we're active, that tourism is going to come back. It is going to come back. It's just taking a lot longer than we all expected.
Yeah. And there's definitely energy there. There's no doubt about it. And I
Mhm.
appreciate your contributions.
Thank you.
Kim Goldstein, come on in here to the call for a second. So how are you feeling about Black Friday and this weekend? And what are your customers telling you?
Traditionally, I get a lot of the repricing on Black Friday. I don't seem to have a ton of clients who bombard me like some of my friends do. But I think this year is going to be totally different because I do think people are homebound. They're not at Best Buy, Target, out and about. So they are going to be reading those 8,000 promotional emails that they are getting and trying to capitalize on those sales. So I think what we're going to see is that all of a sudden, price kind of will beat out any fear. So if we're seeing some really good pricing, which I expect, I think we'll get a pretty good traction on some new bookings.
I hear you on that. So what are you doing in particular? Anything different as far as what you're sending on Friday, Saturday, or Monday?
I was just jotting notes down of a few things that I needed to be doing that will be occurring tonight.
Sure.
So amongst 8,000 other things that I need to be doing, but, and cooking is not one of them. But anyway, so I just need to get out a quick MailChimp and remind people. And I think we've done a pretty good job on social media with traveling and letting people know we're here and that we're out. I'm not going to say we're not doing normal things, but we are out there traveling. And I think, so we've kind of been in the forefront a little recently.
Yeah, a few things come to mind. And I'm always a big fan, and this goes back to my radio days. I'm a big fan of creating events when you don't need anything to create an event. So could Black Friday be Bon Voyage Black Friday, where every hour you're spending time at a different destination? So you line up your social media, and 8 o'clock you're in Italy, and 9 o'clock you're in England, and 10 o'clock you're in France, and the Caribbean at 11. And you're basically just doing a social media takeover on Bon Voyage Black Friday and just trying to give yourself a reason to stand out in their social media feed. And then building that into Saturday, maybe it's small business sailing on Saturday, where you talk all about the cruise industry on Saturday. And then Cyber Monday, it's, I don't know, we can come up with some snappy term about all-inclusive Cyber Monday, or something about going to one of the Mexican resorts and sitting on the beach, or, we can figure out how to say it. But you see what I'm going for there. Basically, if you're going to have email and you're going to have your social, how can you roadblock that social into a purposeful time? Because if you don't give it a theme and you don't do it consistently, as you mentioned, Kim, you're just going to get swallowed up into everybody's promotional mailers. So this is a way to kind of stand out and get yourself noticed. So I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Red, let's go to you for a second. You've always got an interesting insight. What are you seeing as far as Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday?
Well, I had a lot of clients that rebooked earlier, and they went for bigger cruises or bigger places to go to in that. And with the CDC stating that any cruises over 7 days leaving a US port are canceled now through November of 2021, I am rebooking everybody.
Oh.
And I've got a lot of people now that are getting really scared that their trips in 2021 aren't going to happen, including me. I've got 3 that are on the books. But I also have some of them that are leaving out of Vancouver, that, Canada is starting to pull back again and saying no Americans.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got a lot of clients, even with the great offers that are out there and everything, which are awesome, but they just don't want to take the chance now because they've rebooked 3 to 4 times, and they can't keep going back to their employer saying, hey, I got to change my vacation again, or they've got to change their whole schedule, daily life schedule again. They don't want to do it now, and they're waiting until travel opens up.
Right.
So, for the first one or, second or third time when they rebooked, they were okay with that. But now that we're hitting the 4th and the 5th and the 6th time to rebook, they're not as eager to do it anymore. And I'm getting a lot of people, well, yeah, we're really interested. Keep an eye on this. I've got a lot of folders that have like, keep an eye on this, keep an eye on this, but I don't want to book anything until it's open. So that's where I am right now, which is kind of frustrating. And that I know once it opens up, a lot of these are going to happen, but right now people don't want to put the money down and do it. And plus I'm seeing a lot of people that are booking their own trips that are coming down here to Florida and not realizing you have to have reservations to get into Disney.
Right. And
then they're like, I spent all this money to come down here and I can't get in. And then they call and they say, what can you do? And I'm like, nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go to Universal.
Yeah. That's great, Red. Thank you for that. Tom, tell me about your past. What have you done over a weekend like this before? Is this in general a good weekend, a flat weekend? How does this weekend usually go for you?
Well, I think it can be good. It is a little bit of a crapshoot sometimes. But, I've done, obviously some of the social post, and we just did a client newsletter on Monday, with some of the offers in there. I think this year I'll definitely make a much more concerted effort, and maybe in the past have been a little bit more conservative about, inundating social, but at this point I don't care. If there's promotions that I can serve up, even if there's a little bit of overkill on the social media feed, I don't care. At this point, we have to find the customers that are willing to book, that are willing to go, because we got bills to pay, and and not making money is not an option at this point. So I think I definitely will, starting tomorrow, start to build, as you mentioned, start to build a little bit more of the social messaging. I may look at, possibly running an ad or two on Facebook, just to have something out there that may or may not resonate. It's a small investment, so it's not like a high risk proposition.
Sure.
Yeah, and then probably another client email, I would say too, on Friday morning, just to reinforce what we sent yesterday with a little bit more of a Black Friday focus of all the various deals that are out there, so they have a menu to choose from.
Couple things to suggest, 3 things really. There really is no such thing as oversaturating your Facebook page, because Facebook doesn't show it to 100% of your audience in the first place. So don't ever feel like, I can't put up 6 posts in one day. You absolutely can. The second thing is, if you're going to spend money on Facebook, one of the best investments you can spend is to put money against your own audience. So take the money and spend it on your own followers. So that way they're going to see the messages that you put up. The other thing that I would add is, Black Friday does not begin on Black Friday. Black Friday begins on Thursday night. So one of the best tools that you can use is Facebook Live. Go Facebook Live 6 o'clock Thursday night and lay out for your followers all the exciting things that you're working on. And the reason why I like Facebook Live is that Facebook likes Facebook Live. So when you go Facebook Live, people get notifications. People get this alert on their phone saying, hey, Tom Brousseau or Susan Peavy is live right now. And if you give it a little bit of showbiz saying, hey, I'm here to kick off Bon Voyage Black Friday, and all day from now till the end of Friday, I'm giving you a whoopee if you book a trip or whatever it is. I don't know where you get a whoopee. Maybe Galen can give us some Royal Caribbean whoopies that we can give away. But whatever it is, Facebook Live seems to be a good tool to try and cut through the clutter. So those are a few things from my non-travel agent world that I would definitely subscribe to doing. The other thing I would not worry about too much is sending a few, not just one, a few emails to your database over the next 5 or 6 days. Because the average American, I've seen the number, I don't remember what it is, but the average American is going to spend a lot online in the next week. So you deserve that piece of the pie. So I encourage you to go out there and get it. So there, rant over. Let's go to Tom Carnes, who is with us. So Tom, your agency is always on the edge. What are you guys doing for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Small Business Saturday?
Might be the wrong guy to ask. We're laying low. We're contrary to a lot of what's going on right now. I think the greater opportunity comes after December 1st. I really think people are just kind of stressing out about Thanksgiving, no more than 10 people in a house. I think that conversation is going to you get 9 people in a home. They're just going to be, excuse the phrase, bitching about that or arguing about that. I'm not necessarily sure anybody's going to be feeling in the mode, but I think my attempt is going to be right after December 1st. I think that's when things just kind of, we get through this holiday, this first real, kind of loosened up holiday, but yet now it's constrained again. I'm just going to sit back and watch all the other marketing messages and materials and whatnot come flying out. But yeah, we always have a presence every day on Facebook and, on many of the social medias, our email. We're not going to shoot an email campaign out other than maybe wishing somebody a happy Thanksgiving. But we'll hit it much harder next week.
So tell us what that looks like. I can see why you might want to be contrarian and not be live this weekend in that sea of marketing messages. But talk to us about the beginning of December. So it's December 1st. What are you and the team thinking about spinning up?
Well, come December 1st, that time frame, we're just going to stick close to what we've been sticking close to, the Mexico Caribbean Sun and Fun, pushing the deals and the offers. A lot of people I talk to, the Black Friday sales, people, I think, my personal opinion, people get a little desensitized to it. Everybody's got a Black Friday or everybody's got, and that's been happening for years. And this is such an unusual year. I could be completely wrong on this. This is just my own personal take on it. After December 1st, it's just more of, hey, and most of the countries had really good weather. So they're not feeling that snow and that cold and that vibe. But once you get to the December 1st, that feeling is going to be very quickly upon you. So we tend to play more off the senses of it's going to get really cold in our area, in our market. And you know what? Mexico is a 3.5 hour flight from here. Easy in, easy out, safe. Punta Cana, Jamaica, those type of things. So that's kind of where we're going to focus. We're going to stick pretty close to that message.
Why you got to remind me it's going to get cold, Tom?
See, it worked, didn't it?
It did.
Struck a nerve.
What are you doing? I don't like that. All right. Well, see, look, that's why I come to you guys. You've always got a point of view and you're one step ahead. So I appreciate the feedback. Thanks, Tom.
We're one step behind. We're not quite sure yet, but
Hey, well, you'll get the business one way or the other. That's for sure. So we'll check in on you next week to see how you guys are doing. Thanks a lot. Jenny Schaefer, you were traveling recently. What are you up to and what are you doing this weekend with your clients?
I was just in Mexico for 11 days and it was fabulous to get away.
That's nice. 11 days. That must have just felt like paradise.
It was there for work, but I actually took a couple days to relax before I came home, which, generally I never have time for that. So it was nice to be able to, one of the benefits of this year is being able to have some downtime.
For sure. For sure. So are you doing anything this weekend as far as engaging customers, or what are you taking the Tom Carnes vetoing Black Friday weekend approach?
No, I actually am doing quite a bit. And in previous years, I haven't, because I've always felt like I couldn't really stand out against all the other Black Friday offers that were out there. But because of the changes this year and more people being online and more people actually talking about what's online, my live videos that I've done have worked really well for business to keep things going. So I'm going to do some lives like you had talked about. And then I do have some ads running, email blasts. And then on Small Business Saturday, I'm going to go live that day as well. Because, it's true. A lot of people don't think of us as small businesses. And, it's up to us to convince them we're here for gift certificates or to book a trip, just like going to your local store downtown.
For sure. Not only do you get to go in the local store downtown, but we'll put you on a plane and send you to a drink with an umbrella in it. So
Exactly.
that's, we're better than the bakery, with all respect, of course. Well, congratulations on taking some time off, I hope, or at least getting away. And good luck this weekend with your marketing. It's great to hear that you're going to be up there and be busy. Now let's go to Ruby. So Ruby, you say Black Friday's never really worked for you. Tell us about that. And what are you planning to do this weekend or later on in December, like Tom is going to?
It's never worked for me because I think a lot of people waste your time. It's people that are just pricing and end up booking it online anyway. So I really don't like it. I will be home working. If people call, I'll feel them out. If I feel like I have to charge them a fee before I start any work, I'll do that. I will not work on Thanksgiving. I'm so against that. When my kids would leave to go do their shopping, right after we're done eating, that would flip me out.
Yeah.
So I'm totally against Black Friday for that reason, because they pull you out of the house during Thanksgiving. So no, I won't be doing anything that day. And COVID really changed me a little bit because I am a workaholic. And now that I've had time to really think about what's important in life, your family, I'm not taking my day off on Thanksgiving. If I book anything this weekend, it's a bonus. I'm not really worried about it. I'm traveling to Mexico December 1st, so I'll be away, but I'll have, my agents will be working while I'm gone. So I'm not stressing over it at all.
So what do you think is going to be working in the next week or two? Are there destinations that are starting to emerge from people that you're talking with?
Yeah, I'm getting calls. In fact, I'm working on a destination wedding now, for 2022. But I did get a couple calls for Christmas holiday. So I will work on that this weekend. Maybe I can get them a deal. Even clients that I have booked, I will double check to see if I can get them a better price. And, if I can, I'll call them and say, listen, this came up, I could change it. I'll work with the people that I'm dealing with already. New people that I don't know, a lot of times they're waiting.
That's really important feedback. I just got to say, thanks, Ruby, for the feedback. I appreciate it. I got to say, a 2-year engagement, yikes, that's a long engagement. Holy cats. All right, Danielle Whitmore, give us some perspective here based on your past life and your life now. Are you thinking about marketing and engaging and what people are selling right now differently than maybe you would have in your previous gig?
Well, I think the good thing that one of the things that I am seeing right now or this time of the year historically is just so saturated in marketing, both from direct suppliers, different tour operators, the airlines, Expedia. I mean, it is so saturated, and we really haven't seen any advertising or any marketing coming specifically from a destination, a large hotel chain, tour operators. But what I am seeing, especially in the last week or two, that is changing. So I'm seeing some online advertising from some destinations. I saw that Hawaii even had some online advertising, and now with United doing the had recently announced the COVID testing in Houston. Aruba has done some advertising that I've seen promoting that. And I've seen some Sandals TV, some Disney TV. So what's different now than before, I think people and those who are marketing are being very, very specific where and when and what they're marketing, and they're aligning it with specific messaging. So consumers are starting to see this. So I think it's good as agents or for us to be in parallel with what's being advertised and complementary to that, and reaching out to the consumers and aligning with what's in the market. Because I think that, like you said, Pat, you saw some Disney advertising that definitely inspired maybe some emotion of traveling in the future. So I think that we're going to see, as we go into the first of the year, as new marketing budgets open up a little bit, probably in January when it's really cold here in the Midwest and other places, I think we're going to see a lot more marketing by companies and hoteliers and destinations.
That's great. That's great. Thanks, Danielle. So Tom, educate me. When you see a bunch of ads for Sandals or Disney in the NFL football games or some of the big TV slots, does that get the phones to ring a little bit because people saw an ad that the national corporation was running?
Well, unfortunately, there's no direct correlation, but I think especially now it does, create, sort of that feeling of FOMO, for consumers out there that haven't seen those really super slick Sandals ads, or haven't seen a great Royal Caribbean ad, and haven't had their emotional reaction, as Danielle mentioned, to what that feels like, to respond to those ads and to aspire to that type of vacation. I think it's definitely a positive. We talked about this in a few of the think tank sessions in the past, and that is, as agents, as the fulfillers or the sales arm of our suppliers, that advertising is extremely important to us, because obviously it is meant to drive demand. So, the more ads that we can see out there, the more inspirational messages or the more emotional connection that people have to wanting to get back to traveling again will definitely make our collective phone rings. It might not make my phone ring, but it's a positive, and we absolutely positively need more of that.
For sure.
We need our supplier partners to begin to, to make more of those investments. And I get it. I see where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. So I always said that if I don't spend any money advertising, I know what the return on that investment is going to be.
Right.
It's going to be zero. Putting something out there is a risk, but I think it's a risk that we have to start taking.
All right. So we've got a lot of great ideas out there, how to affect our customers this weekend, what to expect into December as we try and get ready for a busy winter travel season. But now it's time to get to the most hard-hitting part of our conversation today. Tom, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
My favorite dish?
Yeah.
I would say it has to be the stuffing.
Okay.
Because you know what, I have like 100 turkey sandwiches a year, so that's nothing great.
That's not
there.
special, no.
What's the deal? Mashed potatoes, but there's only one time a year that I have stuffing, right?
Okay.
It's not like we're cranking out the stuffing on a weekly basis. So I would say that for sure is the stuffing has to be my top choice.
Are you putting oysters in there or nuts or some of that weird stuff that people stick in?
Well, no, I'm not cooking, and no one I know is cooking. I'm going with my brother's, whatever his takeout choice is. That's what
Nice.
I'm going with.
All right, very good. Jenny, I got to know, favorite Thanksgiving dish. What is it?
Sweet potatoes with marshmallows and cinnamon. It's the one day I don't have to be keto conscious and I can eat all the calories.
I love that. So, okay, so that sounds good. Do you have a sweet tooth? Are you having a favorite pie as well?
I do have a sweet tooth, but I'm not a pumpkin pie fan.
Okay.
But I am alone this holiday, so it's going to be whatever takeout restaurants are delivering.
Amen to that, for sure. The other question that I mixed in and I'm curious about, are the holiday decorations up yet?
Not for me.
Not for me. Okay, very good. Susan Peavy, thank you, Jenny. Susan Peavy, you're with us. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? What are you cooking up? Come on.
Well, my favorite dish it's Indian pudding. I don't know if you guys
Wait, what?
know what
Is this a
Indian
Boston
pudding
thing?
is. What?
Is this like an East Coast thing?
It is. My dad used to make it every year. It's a cornmeal molasses kind of a tradition here. And you put vanilla ice cream on it. It's warm. So we make it, in just memory of my dad. So
Aw.
it takes a while to cook. We're just we don't do turkey. We don't really like it. So we'll do a roast or some pasta. That's about it.
That sounds nice. So that's
Quiet.
the dessert. That sounds like a nice, comfortable football games, kind of have a glass of wine kind of Thanksgiving, just relaxing. Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Couple
that's
beers.
awesome.
We're good.
Couple beers. Absolutely. Wow. Okay. See, now this is kind of fun. This is a hubism. I never would have known that side dish exists if you weren't on the call. So I've learned something today.
Exactly.
So Google it. You'll see it.
Hey, put the recipe in the chat. I'm really interested in that. That's
I'll have to
fascinating.
find it.
All right. All right. Thanks. Galen, how about you? You got a favorite Thanksgiving dish?
So actually, I do not have a favorite Thanksgiving dish. If you know my family, you know there will be alcohol involved. So I'm going to give you my favorite toast.
Do it.
So if I can remember it correctly, here's to lying, cheating, and stealing. May you lie to save a friend, may you cheat death, and may you steal somebody's heart.
Oh,
Cheers.
that's a sweet toast. That's nice. So what's the beverage of choice? Do you have like a family grog or something, like an eggnog that you make up, or is it
that
wine?
would be
Or
great, wouldn't it?
yeah, come on.
We should have like a contest where everybody makes their favorite cocktail. That's it, Pat. I'm starting it this year. I got to go to Total Wine.
So you can do that. And Tom and Danielle, let's put that on the agenda for Hubstock. So that way we can have everyone's favorite cocktail and we all drink it together.
Oh, there you go.
And that way we can.
I want Susan's recipe too. So Susan,
Right?
can you put
It's-
that up?
Vanilla ice cream and molasses. You had me at those two things. That's amazing. All right, great. I don't know if Tom Carnes is still with us, but I would imagine he has an opinion on this. Or maybe, I don't know. Tom, do you have a favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Oh, of course. We make homemade lasagna every year. So homemade lasagna. And I would have to say that the stuffing would be second place.
Yeah. Do you do lasagna and the stuffing?
Oh, yeah. It's the whole thing, the whole spread. Got a lot of Italian in-laws and family relatives, and a lot of people like the turkey. So we do a little of each for everybody.
that sounds
Sadly,
great.
though, this year it'll only be 8 people instead of our normal 40.
Oh, man. How about a cocktail? You got a cocktail of choice?
Anything with a glass around it.
Yeah, right? Whatever my wife brings me is the joke around our house. She doesn't like that
That's
joke
it.
very often, but that's my favorite cocktail.
No,
right.
I would say a nice scotch to go at the after the dinner. A nice scotch is a good way to kind of start the celebration.
Love that. Love that. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. How about you, Red? You're in Florida, right? So what's the
Yes.
side dish of choice in Florida?
Well, being from Wisconsin.
Ah, right.
Originally, we always have brandy slush. That's kind of a family pass down that we've done every year. And so that's always that. I'm not a big turkey person to begin with, but pumpkin pie is a big one. And then this past weekend, we went to one of our favorite places to dine outside, and we had maple bacon flavored vanilla ice cream sundae, which is to die for.
Oh,
So,
wait,
yeah,
say that again.
so
Say that again slow. What was that?
maple, bacon, vanilla ice cream sundae.
Oh my
It sounds
gosh.
like an odd combination, but it is just amazing. So
No, there's nothing odd about that. That sounds
yes,
incredible.
it's very good.
Excellent. Thanks, Red. Appreciate it. Michelle, how about you? Do you get a favorite Thanksgiving dish? Give us something good.
I do. I do a homemade bread stuffing, but since Tom already took that, I'll go with my second favorite, which my whole family requests me to make because I bake. They're called plachintas. It's an old recipe handed down from my mother's mother. And they're basically like pumpkin turnovers. And it takes forever to make. And you'll probably get like a dozen and it's 4 hours.
Yeah.
But they're like yo big. Matter of fact, I got to pick up my daughter from Manhattan. Since we're very small this year as well, we basically canceled Thanksgiving. So she's like, please, can we still sit in the dining room and can we make plachintas tomorrow? So I'm like, yeah, we can do that. But yeah, it's just a weird year.
Yeah, it for sure is a weird year. Thanks for contributing. We appreciate it. All right, Cynthia, welcome to the call. How about you? Is there something that's a favorite of yours on the Thanksgiving table?
My mom's dressing that she makes. It's not fancy at all, but it's just it's just mom's. So
Yeah.
that's what's there. Now I would like to say, because I didn't get a chance to talk about the travel.
Sure, let's hear it.
Instead of cruising or trying to book people cruises, I'm trying to concentrate on more like all-inclusives.
Sure.
Because I've had, different people from the travel agency and other folks, Cancun area, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic, folks have traveled to already and
Mhm.
have had good, results there. And I just happened upon Charisma. And I just took a look. They're running a mystery sale, which means that you're not sure which hotel that you're going to get in the Cancun area, but it's $99 per person per night,
Wow.
which is like 70 to 80% off. So I'm thinking I'm going. So, even if I have to cancel it, I just definitely at that, at those rates, I look for like a 3-night stay. It was like $762, total for 2 people for,
Wow.
so that's just, incredible prices for an all-inclusive. So, I think that's what I'm going to concentrate on maybe for, Black Friday and things like there. Because I have a Mardi Gras, cruise Carnival Mardi Gras February 13th, supposedly their second week out on the new ship. So we'll see whether that sells. But I think right now folks are really not, looking to book cruises right now. So I think either that or just, I live in Florida as well with Red, just telling people to travel in their own backyard. And I help them with weekend road trips, and things like this there, make them, like you said, get more comfortable with smaller things than, as well, because there's so much to see in Florida.
Oh, that's great, Cynthia. And thanks for jumping in. And don't ever be afraid to jump into Think Tank. If you got something you want to add, just let me know in the chat. And the reason why, and some people are like, well, why do I have to go into the chat? Why can't I just start talking? Well, the challenge is because we record the show and put it in the vault. I watch the show on speaker view, so I don't see everyone's faces and reactions. So if someone's going like this, I can't see it. So drop into the chat next time. We'll include you in the conversation. So thank you, Cynthia. We appreciate it. All right, Tom, so let's wrap this bad boy. The Fall Fiesta has about 6 days left. So this is a pretty exciting time to get some folks in for their last chance for a free year. Wrap it up for us, pal.
Yep, absolutely. So you guys have been doing a great job generating referrals. Ruby, who was on the call earlier, she's just been knocking it out of the park. So referrals are such a huge part of this. Also, too, any suppliers that you can inspire, motivate, cajole, shame, whatever it might be. We have some, a few really good suppliers that, like Galen and Royal Caribbean and some of our other supplier friends that join us periodically, but there's definitely room for a lot more suppliers on the hub, and they need to be here. So, the resorts that you work with, the resort reps that you work with, by all means, over the next week or so, please think about, suppliers that should be with us here on the hub, because, just think about it, the conversation that we had today with Galen and, having Royal Caribbean's input is extremely valuable on calls like these. So, Why a supplier wouldn't want that visibility and have that opportunity, I have absolutely no idea. So please think about that if you would.
So let's take a minute to make sure everyone knows how to do the Fall Fiesta. If you know an agent that needs to get in, jump in, click members, click invite, and right there you can put the email address of your agent friends. And you can also come down here and copy your share link. And the share link is something that you can post in an email or in a group that you're in to invite the agents that are really great, that would make this a better place. And then also on the front page of the hub, that's where the suppliers can jump in and grab that $99 rate. So we're going to click members, we're going to click invite, and then you can drop that there, or you can come down here to the share link. But Tom, this is a pretty good deal, and it's going to change in December, right?
Correct. Yep. So now's the time. So we absolutely appreciate that demonstration as always. And we have so many great things happening on the hub. Sometimes we forget. Even a conversation like today is extremely valuable. It gives you a little bit of insight, gives you a little motivation, gives you a chance to hear what your peers are doing, which is what this is all about. And then we have a lot of great stuff coming down the pipe. I think one of the really cool things that we've talked about that is now live on the hub is the group business generator. We have our very first group that's in there now. Randy Otts and I have been putting the finishing touches on how we get that out. But Randy has a really cool group that he's built for February at the El Dorado Seaside Palms. So watch for that. That's going to be an opportunity for other hub members to sell into that group event and make some money. That's what we're all about. So group business generator, I think you'll see a lot more about that coming in the next week or two as we get back after the holiday vacation.
Work is already done for me. Chance to make some money in the sun in February. Check, check, check. I like all of those things. Tom, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for your time today, and feel better, my friend. And to everyone else on the call, have a safe and happy Thanksgiving with you and your family. We will not be live on Thursday for the morning show because I will be face down in a pile of food and in my stretchy pants watching football. So I love you, but I won't be here. Our next show will be live on Tuesday, 2:30 Central Time for the Travel Think Tank. And we're coming back with a little bit of a different topic. On Tuesday the 1st, we're going to do a show on the small business owner's mindset. How can you get your mindset right so you can capture the opportunity that's lying in front of us between now and in the next few months? We've got 2 different folks that talk specifically about business owner mindset, and they are just fantastic. I can't wait for you to meet them. So that will be during this time next Tuesday at 2:30. It's a little bit different for the Travel Think Tank, but I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm Pat Miller, your host. We'll see you next Tuesday. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanks for coming.